BIM was the second issue tackled as part of the Dulux Trade Leading and Specification construction debate.
We are doing BIM on a project, and we're using it at the moment with regards to clash detection, as most probably would through a 3D environment. We're using it with regards to understanding the construction methodologies, linking it to the programs, especially around when we got CLT on board, rather than just building out of concrete. But eventually it's going to be about how do you actually, how can you map the energy from the building a lot easier to actually think about how would you redesign it in the future. And you're seeing more organisations now going to things like activity-based working, you know, the worlds that Microsoft and people like that live in, with regards to how they use buildings. That's going to start to become the norm. Those technology organisations are going to be helping us actually inform as to what they want out of them, because they're much more flexible and agile.
My question about BIM, and I've never heard anyone answer this for me yet, is that I hear and read a lot about BIM being the thing that is going to revolutionise and completely change the way we work as an industry and change all the relationships and behaviours within it. I can't see any evidence of that.
Of that sort of culture change.
Of that complete culture change. And to me, a simplistic model in my head is right. When I see a construction contract between a client and a major contractor like Skanska, and the contract is a BIM model, so everything to do with that building at that point of time when you're committing a price is in that model. Legal, commercial, technical, now, future, everything in that model that then just gets picked up and taken in a contractual environment, in a legal environment, through to completion and then on to maintenance. Then it would have revolutionised everyone.
From a BIM environment, I was doing my first 4D CAD in 1995. So yeah, you can definitely learn from that. What did it do? It took about 10%. Immediately, it took 10% of the materials out of the specification going into a BIM environment, because you always procured 10% more because the designers was all on paper. Going into a model, you didn't have to design to that level of unsurety. So waste was big. So you could take 10% of the capital cost of materials straight out or immediately out of the game. My last oil and gas company, the margins were between the 15s and the 20%, not the 2 to 3s. So therefore, resource is very different. Resource is much more abundant. So if you design, BIM is a great example of the fact that actually if you put the right resource to actually have the right accuracy of data going in the model, you can use the model for so much more. If you try to do BIM on the cheap in this market, all you'll end up doing is absolutely create some monumental problems somewhere, because rubbish in, rubbish out.
Other issues addressed in the construction leading and specification discussion included sustainability versus cost and the specification chain.